Welcome to Bones Gaming, and this is my achievement guide to Diablo 3, the anniversary event, the Darkening of Tristram. Now, for this, there are a number of achievements, including pets and banners. Thank goodness you returned, where you kill all 4 bosses, killing 1 unique monster, 20 unique monsters, and then all the unique monsters that spawn in the various dungeon levels, collecting all 7 cultist pages that are found, along with acquiring Wyrt's Leg, doing all 3 side dungeon areas, and also completing the dungeon starting with the level 1 character. Now, to start everything off, would recommend making a level 1 character, knock that out, and go to the Old Ruins and the Darkening of Tristram event. You'll see the red icon next to it that symbolizes where you're supposed to go. Now, with this, I started a brand new seasonal character, level 1, wanted to knock out that achievement on my first run. So you just go to the Tristram town portal and then head northeast along the route towards the cathedral and the various levels of the Labyrinth. Now, the Labyrinth has 16 levels. There is a level in between 15 and 16 called the Unholy Altar also. Do recommend completely clearing everything. That way you look for as many of the unique monsters as possible during this first run. But there are specific levels that do have special events that I do recommend knocking out right away. Now, this is what the Labyrinth looks like. First event that I would recommend going to is on the 2nd level. It's the Dark Passage. It's just an additional way down that you can find. There's various mobs in here, of course, a lot of the Fallen and stuff. Just getting into it, though, does give you that achievement for the Dark Passage, so you don't actually need to fully clear it. Now, there is one of the resplendent chests in each of these little side dungeons. So since this is a new character, still probably recommend getting some of the equipment, make the experience a little bit easier going through here. But like I said, it's not completely necessary. The other 2 places are Halls of Blind and the Chamber of Bone, which I'll be showing later. Now, after the Dark Passage, you will still have to do one more thing on Labyrinth level 2, and that's killing the Butcher. Now, with the Butcher, he's always on this kind of corner area. There's 2 doors inside, and there's a bunch of blood below the door, so you can easily tell where it is. His attacks are pretty easy to dodge, and then he does drop his Butcher's Cleaver, which does give you a transmog. After that, it's all about Labyrinth level 3, where you find King Leoric's tomb. Now, here, there's of course, since he is a skeleton king, there's lots of skeletons all over the place. But pretty easy fight, especially if you do start off like normal, just to knock this out real quick and get the achievements and pets and stuff like that. Once he is dead, then just collect the various items and everything like that. There is a little chesting in the center of that room, and after that we move on to Labyrinth level 6, where you'll find the Chamber of Bone. There is that little pedestal with a book in front of that you do have to unlock in order to open up that room, and then just go inside and go in the Chamber of Bone. Like the Dark Passage, just going into the location does give you the achievement. Now, this one, I did not find a resplendent chest. It just seemed to be lots and lots of skeletons, of course. Pretty easy to get well over 100 massacre bonus and stuff like that, so it is some halfway decent experience, but it doesn't appear to have anything special really in it. As you can see, just like I said, lots and lots of skeletons. Now, the next section that you're going to want to hit is going to be on Labyrinth level 7. Now, that's going to be another one of these side areas, and it's going to be the Halls of the Blind. So, you of course find another pedestal, open up the book, and once you get inside, you get the achievement. The entire area, you have very limited visibility, and it's the enemies that you actually can't see, but their corpses explode after you kill them. Easiest way to get through this is just, wide range AoE. There is another resplendent chest in here, so there is, a benefit to going through and clearing it. And with some AoE, it does make it pretty easy. After this, then level 9, there's the Black Mushroom. And that's exactly what it looks like, just a collection of some black mushrooms. Once you find it, you do want to make sure that you hold on to this. This will eventually allow you to get Wurt's Leg. So just keep it in your inventory, forget about it for the rest of this run, and then once we get back to town, worry about it then. After that, you will need to continue going through everything, and you eventually get to Labyrinth level 16. You just have to hit various switches, open up everything, and then you eventually get to kill the Dark Lord Diablo. Now, after this, it does give you a nice little interesting cutscene. It's the original cinematic from Diablo 1, and I'll just let it play now. I still love that cinematic. I enjoyed Diablo 1, so seeing it again did remind me of it. But yeah, so that's, you just kill the final boss. As long as you started as a brand new level 1 character, you do get that achievement. So an eerie red glow blurs your vision complete. And then of course, since you beat all the bosses, you get all that. Now, moving on to Wurt's Leg. So you've got the Black Mushroom now. So all we have to do is head back to Tristram. And you have to take that Black Mushroom to the cauldron. And then take the item you get from that to the various corpses. So as you can see, there's all the corpses. They all have something that it says when you go and click on them. But what we need to do is take that Black Mushroom to Cauldron, which is at Adria's hut. So you just head towards the cathedral, but instead of keep on going northeast, you head more east. And once you get to Adria's hut, you click on the cauldron, and it gives you another item. Now, this item you then take to each of the corpses, and each corpse does give you a new item. But you do have to go in a specific order. So you can't just go and hit up Griswold or something like that. You can't go to him first, I should say. First one that you have to hit up is Corpse of the Individual down to the south. And that is right there. You get Drunkard's Death. Then you take that up to Ogden at the Old Inn. You get the letter, which you then take to Pepin, the old guy that used to heal you. Used to get a lot of work from him. And then you take that to Griswold, which gives you the plans for Wurt's Leg. Now, Wurt's Leg is ridiculously expensive, so if this is a brand new character, then you probably don't have the 1 million gold that you need to have to make it. So at this point, you just need to kind of, go do something else, come back to it. If you made a regular character for this, then you probably should have the 1 million gold to create it real quick. But otherwise, once you get the 1 million gold, come back, make the leg, and move on from there. Now, once you do have that 1 million gold, like you can see I do now, you craft Wurt's Leg. That gives you the achievement. But you can still do more with it. So after crafting Wurt's Leg, if you salvage it, you get a new item, Map of the Stars. And this will allow you to get a pet in the game. So you take the Map of the Stars, and we're of course going to go back to Tristram. So once we do get back to Tristram, then I'm going to take this to over by Adria's hut. Now, Adria's hut had a few cows right next to it, and of course, since the cow level is the big thing with Diablo, that's what we're going to be dealing with. Now, when you actually look at the item, it talks about a couple little things, but it does give you a little hint of how you go about doing this. It has the numbers 2, 1, and 3. So 2, middle, 1 on the left, 3 on the right. And then that opens up the abandoned farmstead. And this takes you to the anniversary kind of cow level. So you just follow the path, and then it takes you to a place where you actually don't kill the cows for once. You just kind of can watch them. But in the middle of the area, there is Wurt's stash. Looks like a different chest, but you get the royal calf. And this is that pet that I was talking about. So with the royal calf, you just right click on it, and voila, it is added to your pets. Now, with that done, moving on to the cultists. Now, the cultists can be found in many different areas, mostly in Act 1, but also in Act 3. Places like the Halls of Agony and everything. And they are the gray cultists. So, as you can see, they're called Temporal Initiates. You kill them, and they'll drop a random cultist page. You need to find 1 through 7, and that allows you to complete that. Now, Protector of Tristram. So that means you have to kill all the unique monsters from the Labyrinth. In order to do this, I would recommend going through the full clear first, knocking out as many as possible. Then, in the description below, I do have a list by level of all of the various uniques. So after you complete a run, knock off or delete the names of the uniques that you have killed. So you just leave the uniques that you still need to find. Then with that list, you know which levels to focus on. So if you have all the uniques for level 4, you know that once you get to level 4, you just want to hit up the way down. And you can ignore, full clearing and stuff like that. Also, for level 15, the Unholy Altar, and level 16, the uniques there spawn every single time. So as long as you've gone through the entire map once, then you know that you don't need to go back to those levels. So you only have to do levels 1 through 14 for subsequent runs. This does suck, though, if some of the later dungeons or some of the later levels have the uniques that you need and you just have terrible luck with it. One of the uniques on level 14 was the second to last one I needed, which meant I had to clear all the way up to 14 every single time. But usually does take a few runs. Took me, I believe, about 7 or 8 to completely get it, so better luck than I know some people have had. But that allows you to finish up the uniques, and that is the entire achievement guide. So that should get you every single one of the achievements. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. Subscribe and like the video. Any help is much appreciated, and hope you enjoyed this. Good luck with your runs, and see you next time.